Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine. I'm continuing on. That was part one. If you skipped over to see about what's the week's energies for this video, please make sure you go back and look at part one about the sacred union. This is the overall energy for what it's talking about is that this week we're starting the process of having a sacred union with the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together. Rather, it is in the process in the universe. It seems like divine intervention is at play, and it's going to start bringing things together. Rather, it's an internal divine sacred union, or is an external actual thing here. But the thing is to not worry about how this is going to happen, what's the outcome, how the divine intervention is going to be at play, and kind of lay the cards out. Just concentrate on love. Just concentrate on the beauty of, and just hold your high vibrations, and just thankful having a spirit of thanksgiving about that this is coming into, because right now it seems like it's shifting, it's moving, and it's love. I know for the month of July, like I said, even in the other video, I had said this early in the year that I knew that May was going to be a starting point, and something's rumbling underneath for the divine feminine and the divine masculine and these different type of relationships, whether it's karmic or whatever. And then it's going to start just like start blooming underneath what's underneath the surface. It's going to start kind of showing some kind of growth. Whatever thing that seeds you have been planting, this is time now. It's going to start really showing what's germination season. It's showing you what's really growing and what's germinating at this point. I do see on some channels everybody's saying that, you know, look out. Month of July is really, J is started for July. It's justice. Those things that, you know, really need to be coming into fruition about different common relationships. Some of them are coming at the end. The cycles are some justices and things of that. If you're seeking justice on situations, this is the month. J is for justice. For in July, you're going to get it. You're going to get that happening. Definitely, if it's not doing then, I still feel that it definitely is going to keep on, kind of like a roller coaster ride, or like a snowball effect. It's going to keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Definitely I picked up in the last video saying something about September the 12th. September the 12th is really going to be the time that whatever it is going to give birth to. Where it is unions, reunions, recognition in these twin flame relationships. So this really is coming to a head. But definitely starting this week, whatever it is, like we talk about your union team is really getting, when I watch my videos a little bit, I think you like to use the word really a lot, but it really is gathering up. I don't know, they've been up in that locker room. Somebody, the universe, then gave them some plays about how they're gonna go out there. And I'm telling you right now, in the month of July, your union team is coming out there. You know, when you go to football team and the football game, and they come from underneath that daggone tunnel, and they're like, oh snap, here come the home team. They coming. These angels is out here, and they ready. They about to get into position on this daggone field. I felt the rising, and my vibration is gone on. So I almost feel like TGJ said, get ready, get ready, get ready. So it's time to get ready right now. So how you gonna help your union team here is hold these good thoughts and hold vibrations about this. Think about love. Say, forget it. I can't really at this time focus in on how he gonna do, how he gonna break free from the karmic situation or whatever. All I can do is like the prayer of serenity. All I can concentrate on is me at this time, because I'm the only thing that I can change. I can't change him in that situation with that karmic and whatever, that marriage. Like I see one of my viewers, they talk about the marriage situation. That's between him and the karmic, his higher self, and the karmic's higher self. Yes, they have, because if they hear everybody got a higher self, they got to talk to each other, or us three got to power out together, my higher self, his higher, and say, it's the time. Say, okay, well then it's time for you to release them right at this time there. So that's enough on that. So that part, for them to come together and for them to do that. So you know, it's time to release at this time, because some of them I feel also with these divine masculine in these common situations, I think they didn't kind of learn what they can. And it's not too much more to learn. It's like we at a stalemate. So it's like, okay, so why are you still there? For comfort? Okay, then it's like the person said, to bring in the, I'm not bringing the clowns, bring in the angels. Bringing the angels. This ain't working out. You got to save him. He ain't gonna do it. You know, just like when they went over that with Bin Laden, that thing with what's that, with underneath Obama's former President Obama's administration, when they went over there to get Bin Laden, and they was like, you know, we in stealth mode, and they looking on TV and seeing, and then Clinton, Hillary Clinton was looking at them as they going and attacking and stuff. It's almost at that, I'm seeing that it's at that time that, you know, just say, send in the angels, send in the 18 on the for real, send in the 18, the angels, because he ain't about to he ain't trying to get out of that situation. He gonna sit there until hell freezes, literally, when pigs can fly. So, so it like sending 18. This girl will get him. He ain't. We some of this stuff he gonna have to learn with me. It just is. It just is. It just is. Because right now, some of them I just feel it in my shundo. It's just like, nah, you just sitting there. It's like you done graduated, and and then they gave you a certificate. You know, like some people. What's that movie I see? And they was in college like forever, and they like, sir, you done did all the credits. Why are you still here in college? And you going on, I think it was Ice Cube and somebody else was, and High Learning or something. And they're like, dude, you know, ain't you? Like, I'm like one course away. Like, you done took every damn elective around here. When you gonna graduate, dude? Like, you gonna stay up in this college, on this campus, and live in college life forever? That ain't nothing but security. Like, it's time for you to go out there and experience the real world. Nah, come on, dude. So, you know, it's the same thing that's going on with that. So, okay, enough of me ranting and raving. That's my thing. You know, I think it's not ranting and raving. It's really, I'm seeing and I'm channeling at the same time things that's going on. All right, so with this sacred union, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm going to say release. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's enough. Some of them, it ain't worth it. That's enough on that. Staying in that. It's just enough. It's enough. Especially like there's one that's been going on this talk show circuit, running around stuff. You know, if he won less or something, whatever's the way, and if he just sitting there chilling like a villain, like he in college, like Ice Cube, and this one course credit away from graduating, then come on now, let's do this or whatever. You know, and you don't, and really, I'm picking up, you don't even need a daggone course, that credit away. It's just, see, it's a daggone elective. You done took your main courses, and you're still sitting up there in the daggone college. Anyway, don't get me started. But like I said, I'm gonna do it one more time for 3. Release it. No, that wasn't hard enough. Release it. There you go. That's it. All right, so here we go. That wasn't hard. That was release that. Break every chain. Break every chain. So sacred union. Here we go. Sacred union. So this is what we operating and we working with. Keep that high vibe. Keep that high watch. So now let's look for what's the objective for this week. What is the objective for this week? Clear. What is it? Yes. Break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. Please make sure that you look over on the 1111's thing. She did one for the divine feminines. Like I said, I had said, and I had wrote on the post on hers, that I felt that although we were lifting up the divine masculine, but some of the divine feminines that were linked to this type of divine masculine that was going on these circles was kind of getting a little weak, kind of getting a little, that's part of it, excuse me, because kind of getting a little weak, kind of like, okay, I'm trying to hold it, and he looked like he was getting so strong, but the polarization was kind of like doing this with the divine feminine. And I'm so glad that through the spirit, I didn't say it, I said, I won't bother Jubilee 1111 again, but I was like, you need to go back and get these feminine. So I'm so glad she picked that up in the ethers. That I said, you need to go get them, because they getting some kind of way the polarization is off. Like they getting strong, and the feminine is like, I'm getting weak. And it's like, we got to lift them up, you know, at the same time. So make sure you go over there and see. She's got a nice, beautiful thing, especially with the songs and speaking the light language. Make sure you go over there and see hers as well. Don't forget, I say that at the end. About my thing. No, I might forget. Don't forget about my workshop, my 5-week workshop too. And then also the Eventbrite. Look at the link. I have that on community tab. Special discount for my sunshiners. Make sure you take advantage of that. That's even for this 5-week cold thing you want to do, or just a la carte for each one. And remember again that I'm doing your $7 holla to the end of June for 15-minute reading. Is anything that you want me to look into, I'll do for you. Check that out too. All that information is down below. And then also for the summer, I'm going to continue on, but it's not going to be a $7 holla. It's going to be $15 holla for 30 minutes, because Spirit keeps on leading me to have these last ones been lasting 30 minutes. And I say, well, I got to honor what I said, because that's it, $7. So it's 30 minutes. So Spirit said, no, we got to talk for 30 for these people, because we want to get more in depth. So it's going to be $15 for that. Especially you all doing through the PayPal. Please make sure when you do on PayPal that you do me as a friend and not business, because it takes off for subtract. So I don't really get the full 15. I might get 14.30 after it does that. But I just want to bring that to your attention. You don't do it, that's between me and God. God and the universe will supply me if you hit the wrong thing. So I ain't worried about that. But I just want to bring that to your attention. I am your friend. Divine Sunshine is your friend. I'm not your business. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay. Moving on. Friend, I'm your family, right? Because, right, we all divine. So we're our family. So make sure that you remember that and click that when you get my reading. Moving on. Here we go. What do you dream of achieving one day? Oh, we finding some new cards. This is got on my. What do you? Yeah. Well, if you're on this channel, what are we looking? What are we dreaming for? Divine union, sacred union. Okay, so that's what we are. This. So that's our main objective. That's what we're doing. We want divine union with ourselves, and we want divine union externally. With either a person that actually your divine masculine, or if you in that deuces club and you say forget it, I ain't doing that, then you want it with that ultimate and higher functioning soulmate, those kind of things that you're doing. Now you don't want just any soulmate, because that you gotta get one that's kind of like that. Remember, we are out here looking for our equivalent in love. That's just like the Bible. So equally yoked, it didn't say it there for nothing. Okay, so on this show, and I'm going to help myself, and you help me to correct myself. We're not looking for our divine counterparts no more. I don't want to hear that, and I'm not going to say that anymore, because to me it seems like it's polar opposites, and we're kind of clashing up against it every time when I mention it subconsciously. We are looking for our divine equivalent. I see equal sign, like equal, like when you're in school and they're doing that. Okay, divine Archangel Michael, I don't know what that is, but that might be because I'm moving. But you know, when that happened, I don't like it. So hit it. Protect. The divine equivalent means I see like divine feminine equals divine masculine. Okay, I need to get like a t-shirt like that. I should give you a trend. Divine feminine equals divine masculine. Together. Okay, I said that I was gonna give me some t-shirts and stuff. I think I'm gonna do something that don't nobody think about that. I'm just gonna put that, give me a t-shirt on that. If my sister Sweet is out there, if you're listening, let's tell her, give me a shirt together with that says that divine feminine equals divine masculine. Tell her to do that for me. Okay, and if you listen, tell her to do it too. Okay, so now, yeah, I gave a shout out. So the dream, okay, what do you dream of achieving one day? Union, okay, rather it's inside or out. Okay, next, what should you be asked? What is going to be asked and given to you clear this week as far as this dream about this sacred union? Whoa. Okay, I read all of it. So we have, since every request is granted, I feel no competition. What'd you say? So we're asking for sacred union. So since every request, that's the way we should. What I tell you, keep your high vibration. So since every request is granted, you should feel like it's nothing, no competition out there for you to not get it. Don't talk about this karmic and he married and whatever and it's so difficult. He in another state and he don't live here in the U.S. That's his karmic situation. He ain't got no money to get where I'm at. That's competition. So we should be releasing those kind of thoughts here. So each point of view matters. Every request is granted. There is no end to the universal resources that fulfill these requests, and there is no end to the answers to the never-ending stream of questions, and for that reason there is no competition about this having this sacred union, because what? Divine feminine equals divine masculine. That's no competition, right? There's not no less than or greater than sign. I am attracting its vibrational essence. Okay? You can allow it or not, but the basis of your world is well-being. The law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. And so the essence of whatever you give your attention to is unfolding in your experience. Therefore, there is nothing that cannot be, do, or have. This is law. Okay? So remember that whatever you're thinking about, whatever you want to attract, if it's this union, remember that it attracts itself. And I think that's semi what divine, I keep on calling divine, well, she is divine. Jupiter 11 was talking about manifestation and remembering that, it's not about like the laws of attraction she was saying today. I mean, it's a state of being. Okay, that's how I'm gonna put my own spin on it. It's just like that's what you be, and in your essence, that's who you be. I am union. Like it said in the other one, I am love. Then guess what? If I'm love, the universe is going to go ahead and your essence and your inside you is going to make things manifest those things to you as love. Because if you love, everything you experience should be love. If I'm union, everything I should experience is union. If I'm union with self, guess what? When I talk to people, we're in union. We're in one. When I talk to the divine masculine, I'm with the divine masculine. We're in union because I am union. So everything that happens in my world is union. It be union. It is union. Excuse me for my ebonics. But sometimes when you say it be, that's what it means. It's be. That's a state of being. I am being union right now. Okay? So that's something for you to think about. Okay, so if you are I be union, then that's what I am attracting. I am attracting sacred union. Okay, and that's going to happen and manifest in my world, and that's what's going to show up and exist in my world because that's who I be. I be union. Okay, all right. The greatest gift to give is my happiness. The greatest gift that you could ever give is your own happiness. When you are in a state of joy or appreciation, you are connected to the stream of source energy that is truly who you are. And anything or anyone that you are holding as your object of attention benefits from your attention, which is true. I want to put a backstab or a foundation or footnote underneath there and watch it that you don't make somebody else to be your happiness. I would say, like I said, this channel is an experiential channel. That means I experience it before I give it to you. So anything on here that I'm spilling truth that I'm doing is because I have experienced it, and I'm giving you like pearls of wisdom or divine sunshine rays of wisdom about what's going on here. Make sure that you are not making anybody else your happiness. We have a problem on this journey that we, at the beginning of it, I'll say it this way, because once we evolve and we become much better, we learn that our divine masculine or our divine feminine are not our source of happiness. Okay, at the beginning of the journey, yes, it does end up, I'll be the first one to stand up and say, yeah, if he didn't call me, I wasn't happy. If he wasn't saying something to me, I wasn't happy. My day wasn't acting right. He happy, I'm happy. He talked to me, I'm happy. He in my life, I see him, I'm happy. I don't see him, like, ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Do, do, do. Okay, so I know, and I mean, I better leave that boy alone. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Yeah, that was my song. Okay, so I know, and I knew better. Didn't do that. At this time, we got to get to the point that we know that we cannot hold on to that kind of belief. Because again, what is it? That's going to be the title again. Divine feminine equals divine masculine. Okay? Divine feminine equals divine feminine. I ain't saying deuces. This is the equal sign. Okay? Let me do it a little bit better that way. This is deuces. This is equal. Okay? Right there, that's it. Okay. Matter of fact, when I get off here, I'm gonna ask her to find me where I can put that on that t-shirt, so I can have that, so I can do a subliminal message towards y'all, and maybe that might be another stream of income I could do on there. Her and I share the profits. We gonna do divine masculine equals divine feminine. We equals. Okay. All right. So anyway, so that part. Remember that. Don't let anything, and not just even the divine masculine or the divine feminine, make sure that you're not making any kind of situation, person, place, or thing like, oh, if I had this house, I'm going to be happy. Oh, if I had this job, I'll be happy. No, learn how to be happy right where you are, because the universe will not supply you with anything else until you learn how to be happy with what you are. When you tell the universe, like, oh my God, thank God for this little small card. At least I could do something. I could deliver the message with just these cards here. What's your world? Okay, I can do that. Then the universe will say, oh yeah, she happy with that? Well then let's give her some more cards. Oh my God, I got these cards now to read to the people. Thank you, Jesus, for these 2 cards. And before you know it, the universe say, okay, let's get her a chance so she can have these. Now she can do readings with these. Now she can, and then so on and so on. And so it keeps on finding ways to say she's happy for just the little small things. Oh my God, we got to keep on rewarding her until, it's getting larger and larger and larger, because you're finding yourself grateful and you're doing with what you are. Why would the universe reward you with anything else? That's just like you got a child, and a child, you give them something, and you like, you done had this something homemade or something like that, and you ain't got enough money or whatever like that, but you say, you know what, the baby says she want to have, okay, I go back to the story. Like, and sometimes I know I wanted a hamburger. I think it was small, and wasn't able to have, couldn't go to McDonald's, I think, because my mom didn't drive. Dad was off at work or whatever, and it's like I told Mom, I just want a hamburger. Okay, Mom gets together. I know some of you all is in the ghetto. You know what I'm talking about. You go get you some bread, toast that sucker, put the hamburger and meat on there with the cheese and whatever. You slice it, and you got your hamburger. She made me a little homemade shake with some fries or whatever like that. And do you know, I understood it. I was never one of those children like some of these kids today. I'm sorry, I work with them, so I know that be like ungrateful for that. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Why? Because I know my mom took time to do that. She did the best that she could underneath the circumstances. She cooked it with love. Who knows what the hell they do at McDonald's? Could have fell on the floor and then served it to you and gave it to you. It ain't served with love. And that was the best hamburger and fry. I could really tell you, I could taste it to this day. And milkshake that I had until this day. Made by love by Mom. This is what I'm saying. Thankful for the little small things. So then next time when it comes, anything else, the universe could say, okay, oh, she was grateful for those things. Then my mom would think, okay, well, she did that. Well, then next time when she want to go, maybe we might not go to McDonald's. Maybe we go to a nice little fancy restaurant, because she understood at that moment I didn't have it to give. And so now I'm going to reward her. Instead of me throwing a tantrum like, well, I don't want no this kind of that. It's on hamburger. This all bootleg and stuff. What the hell is this? I don't want that. Then as a parent, you look at this and say, oh yeah, this is what you gonna do? Okay, well then forget it. You know what? I was gonna take you to the nice restaurant downtown. We was gonna go down to Marshall Fields, probably at the time it was Marshall Fields. And I was gonna treat you to the Walnut Room. Anybody live in Chicago know the Walnut Room is high for duty. You up there, you bougie then. We gonna go there and eat there, whatever. Because they used to have ice cream, the place, or ice cream parlor. Anyway, I'm dating myself. No, anybody in the shop know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take you down there to ice cream thing. I love that place. That was like paradise heaven there. But I'm gonna take you there. Nah, me being ungrateful, I messed my whole self. Like my dad said, shoot my nose off, spite my face, and didn't even really. I missed out on the opportunity by me being ungrateful for the small things. Then the universe is just like a parent will reward you with the big things. Okay, all right then. So next thing, I had that there. I didn't have that there. I had this here. Okay, so now what do we need to do? So we got dreams. I like all that. Dreams. What are the angels? Clear. What do they want us to kind of deal with? Our guides, angels and guides. What do they want us to kind of work with as far as getting these dreams, this union? Because that's the overall thing, is union. What do we need to work with? What's the message? Beautiful. Got one right up here. Soul power. Archangel Uriel. So Archangel Uriel, I'm going to use the book for this one. Because soul power, that's what it is. Soul power, that's what it is. Soul power. Do, 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 do. Soul power. Do, 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 do. Do, see me on Soul Train line. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. Soul power, that's what I need. Soul power, that's what I want. Soul power. Do, 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 do. Oh. Here we go. Archangel Uriel. There may be times when the earth plane seems too dense and too hard. You may wonder why you are here. Why would your soul, your guides, and God subject you to the challenges, trials, and tribulations of the physical realm? But know, dear, that you have been in situations such as these before and you have overcome them. You are here on earth not to tune into your vast past experience as a soul and spiritual being to bring this light to the surface in the physical realm. As a soul, you exist across many realities and dimensions. You are multidimensional, and so although you are in physical form now, your spiritual self, the high vibrational and soul aspect of you, so too exists in the realm of the divine love, peace, and truth. And so from above, allow this light and vibration to download from your soul. Let the energy around you now nurture you in ways you knew you needed not. Let your soul power lift, cleanse, soothe, and increase your vibration. This may feel like an inner expansion as this connection is strengthened. Your full light, your full soul power, your full love, and can be assessed by you in physical form. The light of your soul will create a positive ripple throughout your experience when it is present. As your frequency increases more and more, your gifts, strengths, and abilities naturally rise to the surface. With increased awareness, you allow the gifts and power of your soul to shine through. Crystal to help you connect with your soul light. Tiger's eye. So what you need to do is, and I had that, work with, carry you some tiger's eye. I got both on both ends. Tiger's eye, that's the brown one, kind of swirly things. Tiger's eye, work with that. Have that, especially you need courage, especially with Sacred Union, because let's be honest, this is experiential channel, and I can tell you feeling like, ooh, you watch the video, I got it, we in Sacred Union, in about an hour, day, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, is like, you like, yeah, soul power. You doing the dance down the Soul Train line, and by the end of the week, somewhere by Wednesday, you like, I ain't got no soul. I don't know where the soul power is. So make sure that you wear something tiger's eye, or hold you, get your tiger's eye stone, and work with that so it can help you have that courage throughout while you're doing that. So just draw upon the light and the encouragement from Archangel Uriel. She's the archangel for courage. Or is it Ariel? Uriel. Okay, for you to be able to do that. Okay, so we're going to deal with soul power. So we got to get something. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Make sure that you draw upon your angelic body when you're doing things this week as well. All right, so let's go through the old way fashion things. Let's see what's going on with the divine feminine. Clear. What's in the heart space of the divine feminine this week? Ooh, nice. I like it when they do that. And then what's in the mind space? And what's in the heart space, the divine masculine, what's in the, okay, y'all talking to y'all, I guess you say, you is talking a lot, so we got to kind of help you out today. You quite talkative, that's all right. Soul power, I need soul power, that's what I want. And that JB, that's James Brown, get up, get on up, get up, get on up, get on the scene, like a sex machine, hey, get on up, get on up, get on up, hey, do them all mixed out. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up, get on the scene like a sex machine. Hey, oh, get up, get on up, get up, get on up. Hey, okay, all right, here we go. Which side was this on? No, that's this here. Okay, that's on this side. I got you. We straight. All right, let's go on. All right, we're going to tell this almost like a story. I did this in one of the readings. I kind of liked it. Okay, so the storyline for this week is the following. So this week, you're going to want to get to know each other. That's in your heart space, divine feminine. And right now, you're feeling kind of open. Maybe that's kind of how I'm feeling, how I am too. But you got something within you, and this inner child is not all the way allowing you to go all the way up about this divine masculine, maybe energetically or even in the 3D, and the physical is really kind of putting his sword down. He's kind of bound down and trying to be your equal. Something about you within you, some of these past hurts from maybe a childhood or maybe being teen, is kind of really saying, I don't know if I really touched you, brother, because you know you done messed up in the past, you done hurt in the past, and I don't know if I'm really liking this new person that you kind of then turn yourself into. However, you know that in order to become happy, go back to, like to say, the sacred union, say, go back into your heart, make your decisions from your heart. Remember, again, this is your dream, and you want union. You got to help the angels out, the A-team out, as they trying to make this happen. And remember, there is no competition. There is no competition. So if you seem like it's something else was competing, this karmic situation, person, place, a thing, remember, there's no competition. The only competition is yourself. Okay, so you know, emotionally, you really want to have this happy moment. You really want to have something to celebrate. You really want to have the opening of some new things, some opportunities, and to have this new world. Okay, so you really in that point of this space, this heart space, that this is what you want to have. You want to really come to this point because we really have, as divine feminines collectively, have really been out here hustling and motivate. Like Nipsey, I got a show to say. I gotta hustle and motivate. You out here, and we've been hustling and motivating for ourselves. We've been hustling and motivating for this journey. We've been hustling and motivating for this divine equivalent relationship here. Right here, it's time to, we feel like, you know what, it's like it's time to coast. Like even when you up on a skateboard and you kick, and then it's a time and place for you just to coast. That's the same thing even like when you're driving, you know, it's time for you to you push it and you just kind of let it kind of coast along. This is what we feeling. It's like we should have had enough energy and enough push that we've been doing all along on this journey, that we should be able to have a point in which we're able to kind of just sit and just kind of coast. Okay. Next thing in your mind space is the following. I'm going to do it like this because it makes it easier. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do just like what I did. Did I do something? Yo, it was two of them. Oh, this is another one. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just going to draw it from this one. Okay. That's fine. All right. So now, you really in your mind space is at a point that you want to forgive and learn. Why? Because if you want this, you understand there's no competition. You want these wishes granted. and you really want to have this true thing, a happiness, and have a high vibration, you've got to release and let go of what things is in the past. And you're kind of coming to this because before it had you bouncing out there in the sea, kind of have no kind of direction, not knowing where you're going, right? But right now, you're at the point that you do know exactly the direction that you want to actually go in. Before you was a little impatient about what's going on, the energies, but now you're moving into the energy that you're understanding that, hey, this is worth waiting for. I gotta wait for divine time, and I gotta wait until this 18 to them come get their places on this football field, these angels of mine. And, you know, once they blow the whistle or they do the coin toss from the universe, then I know it's on, and they're going to be tackling and doing offense and defense. And I ain't got to sit there but just wait for them to go ahead and do a touchdown or hit a field goal on this whole situation, because we know it's a done deal with the home team playing. The other ones that's on the field is pretty much their advantage is pretty much odds 0 to none anyway. Okay, when you're up against the angels. So this is something that we know that we have to. Both of us is growing. Some of us is really working on some areas. The divine feminine is still working on while she's waiting in the waiting room for this to actually happen. Looks like to me you're working on your solar plexus. You're kind of getting that together. And the other one looks like you're at the heart too, because she looks like she's doing like this. So those are two areas you're working on. Your guarding. You got to kind of loosen, let that go. This divine masculine, when I look at this one, always seems like he's still working with the heart and the throat chakra. These two areas too as well. So you're working on your communication and your heart. So we're both doing those two things too as well. So while you're waiting, those are the things we're waiting on. You trying to gain, while you're waiting on things, you're also trying to gain confidence in those areas that I just mentioned too as well, especially emotionally. You're trying to put yourself up on a pedestal, which means go a level up. You're all the way up. You were seeing things are actually aligning. You look like you got something really to dance, which means to go with the flow of things as well and to find your own rhythm in life. You also are finding out, in order for this to happen, as far as you're waiting and divine time, that you got to be a co-creator about this. Again, you got to look back at the past. You got to become much wiser. You got to walk this tightrope very delicately as far as this thing called life. And you got to be able to have the stamina to run this race for long distances without getting weary and tired. You don't rest, like the card said there, until you have gotten your prey, until you have really gotten the eyes on the prize. That's what the cheetah does. It runs for long distances, appears distances and times, and then it has exhausted all of its energy, and it doesn't get exhausted until it actually has its prey. Then that's when it collapses, and then it eats and feasts. Okay, so keep those things in mind as well. You know, also in your mind space, you like, you know what, I got to make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. You know, this is what you know you got to do it. Some of you all might be in the kind of still deuces mode as well. You know, like he do all that effort. I'm not going to do. I watched somebody was saying, I think it was Moon Maiden. She was talking about that even when her divine masculine had surprised her because he did not take her out for her birthday. And, you know, she could tell in so many words he was upset that she didn't do it. And that was so funny that when her divine masculine, she was up, I was upset with mine too. And they know they try to, you know, he made up for it, but for that. And she was like, you know, although he had took me out, and he's like, I'm surprised you just be ready and you just get dressed, and I'm gonna pick you up at 8 and you just be ready or something like that. I'm just over embellishing and put it in my own version. And then he went to go pick her up, and she's like, you know, I was thoroughly impressed and surprised. He said, but you know, I didn't lead him on to know that. She said, because I just kind of like, oh, this is nice, you know, I thanked him for the evening, she said, but I didn't get over all and jazzed about it either. So she's like, you don't want him to know, to get too over enthusiastic. She said, because if that's it, then that's all he'll do, and then he won't push on to do anymore, because he figured that's it. You know, you got to not let him know that that's all. He's got to always be forever striving. This is some kind of way when I think to see this card, this is what makes me think about that too as well. It's like, okay, yeah, you putting forth the effort. You give him a little bit like, you know, good job. I really thoroughly did enjoy myself, you know, like that. But you don't get all overly like, oh my God, you know, kind of moments about the things. No OMG moments about what he's doing as well. Okay, so this is what it seemed like this card kind of confirms. Why again? Because you know that you all, first of all, you ain't gonna have to put all that extra effort too much into that, because you know that again, what we are, we're equivalents. Divine feminine equals divine masculine. So again, you gonna be there. You ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Let's start kind of coming from that kind of thing, because if we in union, I sure ain't departing from myself. If I'm union, I take the divine masculine with me wherever I go, and I take the divine feminine wherever I go. Same thing with him. So my thing is that we don't have to. You're gonna make the effort, but again, at the same time, like guided steps. Let's not just do things just haphazardly and not really think of the way we're doing it. Is this from ego that we're doing? Are we trying to manipulate and set his ego on fire by something like that? Or is it divinely guided to say, okay, yes, I kind of feed it. I did give you reward for your behavior and things. Not bad behavior. We don't reward bad behavior, but we are rewarding you for saying thank you for taking time out to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you respond or you text or whatever like that. That's that. Next thing also yang, because again, like I said, we got to kind of watch analytically how we're thinking about that. We got to be strategic. That's the word I want to say, because most time the divine masculine women, they like hunting and they like hunters. And you from that kind of point of view that when you're doing this like a chessboard, okay, like if I put it here, is that gonna make him go this way? If I'm gonna do it this way, and that, like Jubilee 11:11 say, okay, you use this wand to this whatever. I'm not verses on those things. You got a wand them, a 9 of wands, or whatever kind of things like that. Everything is still strategic, even the way she's talking about, and how you use it and how you do it. We're not manipulating. We ain't speaking fluent karmic. And that's gonna be my next blocks and triggers things. We ain't speaking fluent karmic would be like, yeah, girl, now I did this to him because I know this gonna make him do this. Like, I put the new now on him because I know that's gonna make him come to it. Because when we had sex, it's sacred, and he gonna come calling for that. Now hold on a second. Now you in straight ego. That's not how you supposed to use that. That's not. Now you using it for bad. Now you speaking straight karmic. Now you done became bilingual. Now you speaking divine and karmic. Okay, whole different thing now. So my thing is, when you're being strategic, you doing it in the way they say, I'm doing it for it to be spiritual growth, for me to grow and for him to grow. I ain't doing it because I'm trying to do no one-upmanship on this. Okay, so watch that. Okay, next one, stay optimistic. Okay, that goes in line with it. Talk about I am attracting its vibrational essence. My greatest gift to give is my happiness. And remember, whatever I wishes, every request is granted. I have no competition. So you have no other thing but to stay optimistic, okay, about this. You're leveling up. You got a lot of things to offer, such as whatever things that you want to do into the world. Where you have a YouTube channel, start your blog, do workshops, whatever, to do t-shirts, whatever it is that you want to do, to have your own readings, do your own mentorship, whatever it is. You got a lot to offer. You got to keep your eyes on the prize as you're doing that as well, because again, this higher power is leading you. Again, it's divinely intervention is at play, divine timing is at play. So your A team is busy and working this week and making sure that this stuff happens, okay? And then also Treasure Island, because you need to stay optimistic, because right now you're in the process of unearthing a lot of things and energies within yourself. You're taking your time slowly unraveling these things, especially emotionally, because this is water and it's the sea and you're a turtle. So you're taking your time unearthing some of these divine gifts that you have and powers, okay? All right. So next thing, for the divine masculine, you have, it is safe for you to love. You're moving out of energy that you didn't think it was to now this is what you're doing. You know the divine feminine is moving at a little bit more faster rate than you are. She's going to get there, and she's already there. You're on your way towards where she is as far as that destination of you all heading home or into union with each other, okay? This is her again standing in her power. You're getting there as well. Like I said, you walk it, which lets you know that in transportation or timing or distance wise, it's going to take a while for you to get there. But we know what both the ending destination is. Why? Because you're coming to a deeper knowing. Why now you're feeling like it's okay, it's safe for me to love now. You know, you're cleaning up some stuff right now. At this point, you're becoming like the stag. You're being very strong. You're kicking up dust, dirt that don't belong there as well. You're cleaning up things in the ether and making sure that the spiritual and the energies around you is being cleared as well to be able to manifest these things. And then also you're really coming to the point that you want to come to the edge on some things. It's like really you see the divine feminine when I look at this doing it. It's like, well, if she's coming to the edge and she's really allowing for the universe to be her safety net, and she's going out there and stepping out there on faith on some things, then maybe I need to go ahead and follow the suit with her as well. As like they say, it's safe to love. She's going to the edge with me. As far as in this divine unisoul relationship, maybe I need to do the same thing as well emotionally. So this is what I have for coming to the edge there. In the mind space, that's in the heart. In the mind space for the divine masculine, we have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay. He is moving from the point of not being in the area of feeling blessed to now being blessed. He still feels something within him. Every time when I see this, he thinks he still has the capabilities of hurting the divine feminine. He believes that she's very vulnerable and she wears her heart on her sleeve. And he's like, I know me. I know this coldness, this military. Remember, I told you a long time when I started at the beginning that the divine masculines have a way of shielding, protecting themselves. That's where you got the armory from. And, you know, they used to go out from war and then they turn off the heart so they could be able to do what they had to do on the battlefield. And when they came back from that, they still had that warrior spirit or that battlefield of military experience, even with their loved ones, and it took a long time for that kind of thaw out, that kind of essence, that kind of spirit. And in some ways they saying that's been brought down through the ages for each divine masculine, and they still house that. And that's why sometimes when you try to get to them emotionally, they still have that kind of armor or that suit or uniform on. As well. And so that's what he's saying. That part of him, he's like, I'm so guarded and I feel like some kind of ways I might harm her again. But you got to have trust, divine masculine. And then also in your mind space, you have wedding. This situation involves marriage. Some of you all divine masculines know that marriage is definitely on your mind, or a definite serious commitment, because right now you're at the point that you want to have a loyal heart. You know that you and that divine feminine are connected. You all are royalty. You all are divine. You both are very wise. You know things higher than the average Joe out here. You know, you're extremely wise. And like I said again, you're equivalents to each other. This is equal. Same thing. Look, identically alike, because it's the equivalent. And so it's got you to thinking and pondering on this thing of like, yeah, you know what? She is my equivalent. She's my equal. I didn't think that before, but now I do know this. And so it's got you to thinking. You're just pondering. This is not like a worry. Sometimes I look at this card, it's like a worry thinking. But this is not a worry pondering. This is like I'm just really pondering on some things. Like you might be divine masculine is doing a lot of daydreaming about just how this is going to happen, which is great, because again, you helping to manifest those things, and you're really becoming flexible. Before it was like I thought like, nah, they ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna happen to me. I done did too much dirt. in the past. She ain't thinking about being with me. And so now at this point, divine masculine, you're finding out that you're learning how to balance your emotions. You're learning how to balance your divine feminine, your divine masculine self. You're learning how to create this new beginning as well. You're opening up this heart chakra. These things are growing. They're turning. Creating some new movement in your heart chakra. And like I said, you're learning how to be able to bend and stretch to things. You know, it's like before, the idea of some things and your principles and your beliefs of things was you couldn't move you on that. But now it's like wherever the wind goes, you're being very going with the flow on some things, and you're able to do that. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take this in chunks and parts, because even when I go back and say, I say, oh my God, my brain overload. So this is what's happening with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to go on to the next part, which is going to talk about what is the energies, the overall events that's going to happen this week, and yeah, the events, and then what things we need to surrender, what things are we hiding, and the messages that our higher self and the universe want to bring to us. All right, so until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago.